So welcome ladies and gentlemen, today we've got a big video, a big comparison between PES 2018 and PES 2019. And I really wanted to capture the difference between the two. All this footage was taken on the PC version running on high. It's not 4K, but it's high 1080p and it's pretty crisp and clean. So I hope you guys do enjoy it. I'll be running through a commentary as we do venture into the comparison video between PES 2018 and PES 2019. So during this PES 2018 vs 19 comparison video, you can be seeing some screenshots like this, and then it's going to switch and compare the two. I decided to keep everything very, very similar. We're going to have a daytime bit of gameplay right here. It's summer, it's during the day, it's clear on PES 2018 and 19. And then later on in the video, we're going to be having some nighttime action. Same settings again. I think I did winter and I did rainy. So you can really tell the difference between the two. I'm not going to be talking throughout the whole of this video. I'll probably be back for just the gameplay, because there isn't really too much to say. It speaks for itself. But you're going to have a look at the beginning of the match for both games. We're going to show the crowd. Just wanted to show as much as possible to really showcase that 19 this year is quite a leap from 18. Visually, it definitely is. You take a look at the beginning here of last year's game. It's very dull. You know, the grass itself is more like a carpet. And that was one of the big problems. Every single pitch just looked completely like it was a artificial turf, if anything. Nothing realistic about it. The crowd was reasonable in PES 2018, but still not the best. 19 is fantastic, and until you actually play the game and see the crowd in person, this video won't do it justice. I mean, YouTube does compress videos as well, so that doesn't help. But it's there for you to see. And here it is, PES 2019. As you can see, both teams coming out fantastic. The turf is there. It's crisp, it's clean. Very similar in cutscenes. There are a lot of PES 2018 cutscenes in 19 and vice versa. I mean, it's the way it is. Konami are not going to design completely new cutscenes specifically for one game. They will use recycled parts. Anyway, have a look at this footage. I'll be back momentarily once we get into the gameplay to discuss the differences between the two. Okay, so we're into the gameplay. What I did was played 18 before 19. First thing you will notice, I don't know if the video is going to capture it too well, but the speed of the game, definitely quicker on 18. Everything about it is faster, let me tell you that much. It seems more responsive at times, but that's just because of the pace of the game. And I tweeted something out before about how I feel Konami have design choice-wise, decided to make players take that little bit more of a touch to slow the game down. If every player has the perfect touch, every player is that responsive, ultimately you end up with a faster game. PES 2019 is not that, and I felt as well playing it, PES 19 was harder to break down the AI due to this. 18, it was easy to get around certain players. Twisting and turning is something that is just so easy on 18 to do. If you have Messi, you can literally do a 360 or 180 and you pass your defender. 19, on the other hand, a lot harder. You know, they will bully you off the ball at times, and it's not easy to maintain it. So here we go, we switched to 19. Already you can tell the lighting is better, the turf is better, and you'll notice the pace as well is a slower pace. I'm playing this as well on Pass Support 1. I decided to keep it default for both games. Got to keep it as fair as possible. So Pass Support 1, basic shooting, and everything the same when it comes to form and pretty much the whole game. They are the same game, same teams. A straight up comparison for you guys to take a look. For those that say that PES 2019 isn't much different to 18, I beg to differ. I really do. It is a different game, and I think it's going to be cracking this year if the niggles get sorted out with the AI. One thing I will say right here off the bat, fouling. I mean, I had a foul here within the first 10-15 minutes of playing PES 2019. In 18, I didn't get a free kick until, I don't know when it was, late in the match, if not the next game that I played. So fouling has been fixed, or it's been added to the game because it severely lacked a little bit of physicality there. So we got a free kick with Lionel Messi, and free kicks I have been struggling with a little bit, but this one, well, it was an absolute peach, wasn't it? Have a look at that, bang, back of the net, top corner. A very similar cutscene on both games. When I scored, I actually scored with Messi on both, and it pretty much is a straight rip from PES 2018. A couple of alterations, but very, very similar. Faces look great. You'll see a comparison of that as well in this video. I know it's a long video, but if you're going to compare a game, I think you've got to do it right. This is a beautiful, beautiful picturesque of Lionel Messi as he bends it in. So now we head back to 18, and this is a goal right here, and this is as simple as it gets. Tick-a-tacker, 1-2, give and goes, you're through, and the positioning of the AI there was pretty poor. I don't think you'd score a goal like that in the newer build, because the AI positioning seems to be better defensively. Yes, it can still be improved, but goals like this in 18 could be scored night and day. Give and go, through on goal, and then just slot it home. And here's a comparisons between some faces. 18 to 19. Not a massive leap. I think overall 18's faces are pretty good, but you'll see just, I think it's the lighting on them that gives it a little bit more of a real life look, especially Coutinho here. Face looks kind of plasticky, and then a little bit more realistic there. This Van Dijk one was quite a good one to see the difference. He looks really good. PES 2019. I didn't compare all the players, absolutely not. We'll be here all day. Mohamed Salah actually looks pretty good in last year's game. This year's game just taking a level up. And you'll really see here the comparison between PK and then especially the crowd behind Gerard PK. So a bit of half-time. Cutscenes, exactly the same. That hasn't changed from last year's game. Both come walking off onto the field. It would be nice if they did switch it up, but it's really not a huge deal. I mean, it's a half-time cutscene. No one's really too fussed about that. So we carry on into the second half. I played 2 games, 5 minutes each way. And I just try to play similar kind of style on both games and see what would work and what wouldn't. See a slip up of the players. There's a lot more mistakes as well on 19. Definitely from 18. I rarely saw the AI put a foot wrong. I rarely put too many foot wrong with the passing on last year's game. And I'm going to be saying 18 and 19 a lot throughout this video, but You really don't get too much error in last year's build. You can see every pass pretty much straight to the player. As Liverpool try and just work it round, swing it in, cleared away, and out it goes. Now we switch back to 19. One thing I will say that I would like to have addressed after playing the demo this year, there's a lot of goals being scored the same way, and a lot of people have said this as well in the comments, where the AI will get it down the flanks, drill it in low, and pretty much score 9 times out of 10. Yes, this is true, and it does need to be sorted out. I don't want to be playing against teams with the same stats. Right here, Firmino probably should have shot. You know, there are niggles, there are. This is a demo though. So if a patch comes out or anything comes out, and Konami really should release a patch day one, have a look at the demo and see what exactly needs to be addressed. It doesn't have to be a big patch. These are small little things, that minor adjustments, and you've got a cracking game this year, and you can have a really, really solid Master League to play. So we haven't got too much longer here. Then we head into the night time. And right there you can see bullied off the ball. Very difficult sometimes to keep possession. They will push you off the ball, as I said. So right here is Jadon Piqué. You can see he's quite a bit taller than Messi, but when you have a look at PES 2019, it seems like the height has been altered slightly. He's not quite as tall. So there we have it. So here's a bit of a screenshot from 18 at the beginning of the game, and then this from 19 just looks visually beautiful. I mean, look at the lighting coming down. This is now the nighttime rain effect, and games do generally look better at night, I have to say, because of the lights beaming down. It looks the part. The 18 does look quite washed out. I mean, this is a prime example right here. You'll see this in just a second, the difference between that screenshot and what you're going to see in this year's game. So both teams coming out of the tunnel. So right here is the difference. So there we have it. There is PES 2019. We'll pause it right there, and then we'll switch it over to 18. And there is quite a difference between the two. The lighting alone just makes it look that much better. And there's a look at the nighttime difference. It's certainly up there now, isn't it, PES 19? Graphically very appealing. Loving the look of it. And it's actually quite hard. I'll tell you what, play 19, then go back and play 18. You will see the big difference between one and the other. It is more of a simulation this year. It's slower. And I keep reiterating the same points, but it's true. And if they can fix those little things, it will certainly be very enjoyable. So just working it forward. Busquets, nice little moves. He let it run through his legs, trying to turn with Messi. And I did get a foul there. You can see Lionel Messi just clutching his face. A little bit of an arm in there by Van Dijk. And the referee, actually this similar ref is in both games, so he must have been promoted, or at least they kept him. So you can see here he did win it, but kind of clotheslined him at the same time. Free kicks are exactly the same in both games, but unfortunately I just overhit this one by an absolute mile, and disappointingly couldn't keep it down. So now we head back to 19. That was a good pinpoint save, or point blank save by ter Stegen. And we look to catch Liverpool on the break. But you just watch the positioning right there. Another good challenge. You can't get away with certain things. A nice triple roll there by Coutinho, milking it for the ref. Out comes a yellow for James Milner. So the AI positioning is a big plus. And the things that you got away with last year, generally for the most part, are a lot harder to pull off. But we all know PES's AI can be very, very random at times, where you'll have an easy match one game and then a real tough game the next. So we're just trying to work that forward. But, you know, a slower paced game, it's not easy to hit teams on the counter. Here's Thomas Arnold. Salah. Laid it up the line. Firmino nicely worked. Salah again. There's that near post towards Mane. It was a good challenge, though, by Sergio Roberto. Got it with Lionel Messi. He's always a joy to play with Messi. He's such good centre of gravity. Can keep the ball 9 times out of 10 if you keep it close to his feet. It's Luis Suarez. Dembele. I did pick the exact same teams for both games. So we head back to PES 2018 now. Jordi Alba dispossessed. Another chance for Salah to take it on. Decided not to. Mane. Firmino. There you go, just bundling him off the ball. There's a lot more back heels as well, I would say. The back heels, there's actually an overhit pass, which rarely happened, and a foul was actually given. But back heels were an issue, and I still do see it in the demo. But in the demo, it seems like the back heels take a little bit longer to do, as opposed to just being ultra responsive and working straight off the bat. So at least they've been toned down. Coutinho had a bit of an overlapping run, decided not to, so I took this on myself and hit a decent effort, and it just flew past the post. You can see the AI just backing away because Suarez is making that run forward. They're really kind of fixated on him as opposed to just closing down Coutinho. A little cutscene of him there. So we move into the final bit of gameplay on 19. And let me know your thoughts below if you've played both straight after each other. Is there that much of a difference? I, for one, think there is. I think Master League will be fantastic this year, especially on manual, although it's going to be a real challenge. And once we have longer matches, we'll start seeing the stamina, which is another big thing. As the game draws on, the stamina comes into play. You can see there with Messi, a lot harder to get around players. They do stay tight to you. But as the games draw on, it's going to mean that players are going to get tired. More chances may open up. And making key substitutions is definitely going to be a pretty big thing. So here was Coutinho, tried to deliver it in. Came back towards him, and there's a cheeky little flick by Lionel Messi, but yeah, into the side netting. Carrier's not too happy with the defending itself. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today's video. Let me know what you think of it. Share it around. I like to get people involved. Subscribe for more. Lots of content to come. I'm probably going to start playing a lot more matches as well now, because I'm putting out different kind of videos, but I want to ultimately play some gameplay and show you guys a bit of fun. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe for more, and until next time, leave your thoughts below. Take care.